This is a question here. That's why I try to wear the hat, and every time I say it, Chris is like, "What? Excuse me?" And it's like, I'm wearing the hat, dude.
Fucking Otani, eh, Brian? Can you believe
that was the worst day of our lives.
Of our lives.
Yeah.
We talked to each other on the phone. I'm changing it now. Where now I'm with Brian on being Canadian.
Well, this guy asks, "What is a Jeeper?" GPN FRYK, and it's good to get a definition from them. Mm-hmm. And he goes, "Recently, my grandson asked me if he had to own a Jeep to be a Jeeper."
Well, yeah.
I'd say yes.
I told him no.
What? Wait. That's
a mindset.
No. I feel like you're giving him bad advice.
Yeah, you got to get the Jeep. He can't call himself a Jeeper when he turns like 16 and he has like a fucking Acura Legend or something.
No, you got it.
Not a Jeeper.
Yeah, and our Jeeps are expensive. So.
Oh God, are they?
And they're hard to get used ones because they hold value really well.
Gotcha. So people, yeah,
they're expensive.
Now here's
that's kind of sucks, sorry, just because. So it's only rich people can really in modern day people. They have to be quite well off.
Especially all these modifications that they're talking about. Those are $4,000 or $5,000 a pop.
I see. So you're putting in a lot of money into like hundreds of thousands of dollars potentially.
Some of those crazy ones you see, you're looking at like a $100,000-ish car.
Wow.
Yeah. He goes, "Are some people born this way, or is it just an acquired taste, or are some of us just gluttons for punishment, or is it a label some people use just to be cool? What is a Jeeper?" Yeah, on the Jeep message board.
Well, I mean, isn't it a person who drives a Jeep? I don't know.
Well, JADMT says, "Tell your grandson he absolutely is a Jeeper." So they're kind of agreeing, but now here comes our original guy, and he's going to talk about what he kind of thinks about what it takes to be a Jeeper. I want to see if we all agree on this. Thanks, and I did. I give it a free pass to all children and family members and friends who have ridden with me. I think once you've been in the seat of the Jeep, whether it be the driver's or passenger side, it's easy to get hooked. I gave my grandson, who is 4 years old, his first ride in the front seat. Not safe. He had the biggest smile from start to finish, even tried not to let me go home. I had to run him around a few extra blocks. I hooked him up like a big mouth bass. Looks like I'll be saving for another Jeep. So
yeah, because I'm just picturing these Jeeps that I think of, like, the ones I'm talking about, like, the one that like a Zoolander is driving or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that one. That one is like a tremendous off-roading vehicle as well.
Yeah.
They all be. Well, it can't. Like that's the thing is like so a lot of them you can like the mall crawler that Brian referred to earlier. The way you can tell is the tires. So like when you get those big knobby tires, you get like the worst gas mileage possible when you have all the shit that they put on there too. These guys that are talking about their crazy fucking Jeeps, like they probably get like 8 miles a gallon because the car weighs 1 million pounds. The tires, it takes so much, more energy to move them.
Buddy, if I only got 8 miles, I would fucking lose myself in the music the moment and own it. I would never let it go.
Thankfully, Chris, there is a voice of reason, and that is Lucky Mac.
Thank you, Lucky Mac.
Yes. And he goes, "I've long stated that in order to be a biker, you must own a motorcycle." Thank you. A bicyclist isn't a biker in Lucky Mac lingo. So I'm sorry if you're all riding bicycles, you can't call yourself a biker.
Well, you don't.
You got to call
yourself
a biker.
Is someone who rides a motorcycle.
Yeah. I feel the same way about Jeeps and Jeepers. But I make an exception for the original's grandson. I'll bet he'd be a Jeeper once he's old enough. It's not a hard and fast rule. You can own and carry a pistol and not be a pistolier. You can be
but this guy's saying the same soft shit. Nah, man, you gotta have a Jeep. You can't be some little kid and call yourself a Jeeper.
Yeah, I agree. But these people are trying to be nice, I guess.
I hate people who are trying to be nice to kids.
Yeah.
Tell them the truth.
Well, let's look at John Stevens then, where he has something to say too. He goes, so I can buy a truck and be interested in trucks and still be a Jeeper?
Yeah.
I don't have to have definitions, or they mean nothing.
Thank you. There's my man.
Our favorite kind of guy, the needlessly combative. I can call him a Jeep. He goes, so the guy that delivers my mail is no longer a mailman. I can call him a Jeeper and be accurate. I'll just call everyone a Jeeper and cut down on my wasting of adjectives and nouns. So,
yeah.
Well, some mailmen are Jeepers. There's some mailmen do drive Jeepers.
Of course, that's an interesting point. That there could be a mailman who's. But the point he's making is he's just going to start calling everyone like, "Oh, I'm going over to the Jeeper's house to see the Jeeper, and I have to go visit the Jeeper, and the Jeeper's going to come with me to like that's what this guy's going to do to prove his point."
Well, and he's so mad at like them saying like a teenager can be, and then Lednut says, I own a Jeep. I off-road some, not nearly as much as I want. Jeep spends most of the time in the garage. I would best describe my situation as a delusional Jeeper.
Okay, so that person's like, I have a Jeep, but I wish I were, but I don't really even drive it around.
If you knew the amount of people that their Jeep is just something that sits in the garage until like one weekend a month where they get to go out and drive in the dirt, it's crazy. You see so many.
I mean,
so it's a second car for the majority of these people.
Well, like you mentioned, they are literally the worst car on earth to drive like on the road.
Yeah,
they're like, I had to drive it when I did the Jeep trip. I had to drive it on the highway, and I was in Puerto Rico, and like, so that's like on the sides of mountains and shit.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I was gonna crash it. Like the entire time.
What made the handling and stuff on it is bad? Like what makes it so bad?
So first it doesn't have independent suspension like a car, like where the wheels can move to different angles, like separately of the other one. It's a big metal bar that crosses to both wheels. So the whole car, if you go on an angle, it goes on an angle. So it's just like, it's hard to steer. I can't even imagine having one in the city and having to parallel park it. Like that would be a nightmare because it has like the worst turning radius. Like, yeah, they're terrible.